Anyway, we're back in Maryland. That's where we've lived all of our married life of 38 years now. But Shannon was growing up, had the best of the Catholic school educations. Both of my children did. We kind of kept them in separate schools and in separate sports and athletics because, you know, they were so close in age and they were such good friends, but there was a lot of competition going on. So we let them each actualize their own talents and skills, but they were still very, very close. Shannon went to a magnet high school there in Maryland because she was so gifted in the math and science program. In the summer program, she was at Johns Hopkins in 7th grade, where she had to take her first SAT to get into their summer magnet program for the math and science gifted students. She got 1290. Now, how many people in high school get that kind of score? I mean, think about it. I mean, we just knew the talent. My son had immense talents too, very different kinds of talents, but it was just a wonderful gift. And I just kept saying, please God, we were very involved in our parish community and in our social action programs that we got the students, our children, along with all of our other volunteer work, to get active and being conscious of the social community. That, you know, to whom much is given, much is expected. They heard this time and time again in our household. You had to make a difference, especially if you had so many talents, you had so much to give back to. But there's another principle I'm going to tell you about, because I want you to think about this principle all the time I'm telling you, because it's going to be the biggest test. And I've been an educator a long, long time to know how tests are often difficult to take, as you well know too. If you have a set of principles, and they've been formed in the whole background, and they've been supported in everything, and then you are tested on having to live by those principles. And then if you don't take the action on which you said was your principle, then were they ever your principle in the first place? I don't believe so. I think you will see where I'm going to go on this. Shannon got through high school, and she was the president of the student body, the National Merit Scholar, a Presidential Award Scholar, and she took the SATs for fun, just to see if she can beat her own score. She got 1590, and she said, darn mom, I need it one more time to get to 1600. That was what she was, always competitive, number one, but just also very athletic. She had so many friends. She was so involved in her inner city and faith communities. It was amazing. So after she graduated from high school, she could have picked any Ivy League college to go to. They was accepted almost all of them. But she wanted to go someplace, please mom, can I go somewhere where it's warm? Because she liked to ride horses. She was very athletic, and she liked more, you know, all those Ivy League schools are way up there in the cold areas. So she went to Duke University. She graduated from Duke in 3 years with a triple major in mathematics, economics, and philosophy. A triple major in 3 years with a 3.7 grade point average. So and she was president of the student, she was all these things. She was a leader, she was talented, but she an educator, but people were first. She was not one of these nerdy academics, math guys, you know, or girls. And she just had so much. And I kept praying every day. Every morning you get up, you know, you say, oh God, this responsibility is so heavy. What can I do to actualize it, to help her do everything that she wants to accomplish in life? Just, you know, give us whatever direction and grace. So she worked for a year, because she was only 21 when she graduated from college, and she worked for a year in a financial analyst job in New York City. But she got kind of bored and didn't like it in New York that well. So she started applying for graduate school. At the age of 22, she was accepted on a full scholarship plus a stipend at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business in Philadelphia. At 22 years of age, we pack her up and we move her. Now, of course, we went to the housing office, like all of you parents and students and understand, especially in big cities environments where there's a lot of crime and other issues. And so we went to the housing office. They said the best place to live is Center City. We have a lot of graduate students there. Your daughter's very outgoing, friendly. She'll make a lot of friends. There's a brownstone apartment in Center City. It's got 6 apartments in it, 2 on each floor. And she will fit right in there. And it's very south. It's just, you know, Philadelphia is just south of Rittenhouse Square. And what we didn't know after doing all this research and finding what was a safe place to live is that there was a pattern going on in the neighborhood that she had moved into. It was not known by the housing department. It wasn't advertised on the media that there was a problem. And so she was thinking when someone was following her home, or just checks, kind of stalking her a lot, she was like, well, you know, he's probably trying to pick me up. He's, you know, she was used to that. She was a very, very beautiful woman. So she wasn't worried or afraid. What was happening in that neighborhood in a place called a footprint, which is a 3 to 4 square block, usually a small area where the patterns of crime, same types of crime are committed on a fairly regular basis. In that same neighborhood she moved to, in that footprint, there had been 4 sexual assaults before my daughter's encounter. It was done by the same man. They even stopped him one night because he was a peeping Tom. The police stopped him, but they didn't have any evidence or anything to keep him on.